Nearly 2 months ago, the ATB Financial Classic presented by Telus was postponed due to the devastating rain and floods that covered the region. The images from that week are still striking, and many areas remain in a state of emergency. PGA Tour Canada is glad to return to Calgary and be part of the community's recovery.
It was tough to watch not being able to do much for anybody, just kind of sit back and unfortunately wait for the water to subside. It seems like Calgary is a pretty strong city, and it seems like there were a lot of people that come to the aid of the city.
Some of these communities have had a brutal 2 months. You know, it's pretty cool to see the community gather around to throw the event on again, for sure.
All of a sudden, we're hearing that the RCMP are telling people to evacuate the town, and we're like, what? And we go out the front door, and sure enough, they're going door to door and saying we need to evac. Didn't pack anything because in 05 we flooded up here and just came really low. We'll be back tomorrow, no problem. And then it just went crazy. ATB sent a school bus full of 80 volunteers to my home, and they helped here. Sorry. And we couldn't have done it without them.
Before teeing it up in the ATB Financial Classic presented by Telus, PGA Tour Canada's Evan Harmeling and Johnny Delprete met up with Colin Wright and his family for a first-hand look at the recovery efforts in High River.
Kind of have like a sinking feeling inside just knowing people don't have homes, and I mean their lives are completely changed. Driving down the downtown, seeing everything closed up, it's pretty intense.
So these houses right here are going to be allowed back in. As you can see, cars and everything. And now these homes here are done because it went into the top floor and it sat there in water for weeks.
Yeah.
So now these are all gutted.
Something on this kind of scale, it's a little bit intimidating to think about the rebuilding and seeing all the people and their positive attitude. That's kind of how you got to tackle it. It says a lot about the people here. Love their town and they want to get back.
How are you doing, partner? How's it going, Ted? Good. We're moving back on Tuesday. We're gonna come. We don't have a fridge yet, but we're gonna borrow Tom's.
First things first, you have to have a place to put beer.
Well, exactly right, my friend. Okay.
Find the positives.
Yeah.
A word from a neighbor, a clean garage, small signs of resiliency and recovery, but there's still a long road back to normal.
The town is still in that, recovery mode, and a lot of places are still coping. We just hope it'll get back, and we know it will, and we just got to keep the encouragement up in town. This is where it was just an ocean. As far as you could see, it was water. And we got home that day, the water line for our garage was right to here. And our garage was dry. And thank God, because all our clubs were here. So we're just like, oh man, my new clubs.
To see how big of a town and to see the destruction that happened to just about everyone is incredible. This should never happen to anyone, and it's remarkable to see how they're looking at it and getting through it.
So it was 6 steps there, covered with water, totally dry. Do you see that bench over there?
Yeah.
The water was above that bench. You couldn't see the rocks over there, or those trees were covered.
In 2 hours, the water came up about, it came from here to here in 2 hours. That's how fast and furious.
And then it ended up, up there. The NHL Officials Association, they made up a bunch of shirts that trying to keep people's spirits high, and if you're going through hell, just keep on going, get through it. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Getting the word out that, we're gonna make it.
You are.
It
was
was
coming together like that.
Yeah.